Welcome back. Well, we are talking to Doc, but before I want to do something, I'm doing a little something special right now for the listeners. I have 4 pairs of tickets to the Phoenix Comic-Con. That's this Thursday, the 25th. So we're going to let everybody call in throughout the rest of the show for this to get 4 pairs of tickets. We've got 4 of them. So 602-277-5369 and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. A lot of kids, a lot of people are into comics. So if you want to, you're going to get 4 pairs of tickets to the Phoenix Comic-Con. That's this Thursday, the 25th. Give us a call here at the station at 602-277-5369 and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. I got that out of the way. I want to talk more about you, Doc, because I love when you come on, because I think that people really need to listen up and hear the difference of what you would do than what they would normally see or what they think about. They don't even really know until they really talk to you.
Well, first of all, I have to find out where to start with them. Otherwise, whether we're starting at the basement or up on the 10th floor, on their thinking. And everybody's at a different place in their life. And that's why the programs are so dynamic and work so well with everybody, because we start on their level. I can't really do it over the radio that much, but when I get people in the office, I can tell whether or not they're what level they're going to be at and where we need to start. And a lot of times they've done other programs and they've started too high, and they really didn't get any benefit from it.
Well, this is a free consultation that you're going to get from him. It's a free 30 to 60 minute consultation. You're going to call him direct and leave a message on his phone, because he's here live with me right now, and tell him what's going on. Whether it's you, maybe it's someone that you know, maybe it's someone in your family that you're dealing with. And come on, we all know we've all got that one person that we're dealing with, or son or daughter. Please, let's help these kids out there. They're all crying out for help. 602-547-0446. The website is hypnotic1.com.
A lady come in to me a couple years ago, and she was about 50 years old, and she hated her job, and she was overweight. She wanted to get back into shape, and so I worked with her, and she started taking off. I think the first month that she was with me, she took off 18 pounds, and she'd taken off about 65 pounds in 6 months, and doing real good, and kept it off. And I saw her a couple months after that, because I keep track of the people, and I says, "How you doing?" And she says, "Real good." And I says, "How's your job?" She says, "Oh, I love my job." I says, "Wait a minute. Where are you working now?" She says, "The same place." I says, "You hated your job." She says, "The funny thing is, after I worked with you, everybody changed." I says, "Do you think they changed or you changed?" So whether you've got a boss that's not very nice, you got to know how to handle it. Otherwise, you got somebody in your relationships that is not very nice, you got to know how to handle it, because somebody's got to change it. Otherwise, it's going to keep going down that nasty pathway.
Talk about going to the root of the problem. You cannot go any further than with someone working on your mind.
And that's it. Your mind is what has you do the things that you do. If you ever want to do something different and achieve something different, you have to change your mindset. It's a good example is sports people. I love to work with professional sports people. I've worked with NFL football players. I've worked with the professional boxers. And the thing is Tiger Woods is a good example for a person that was very talented. He was the best golfer of all times up until that one point where he had a little problem with his marriage. And from that day on, and that's been about 15 to 18 years ago, he hasn't played a real good game of golf back-to-back since.
What happened?
Now, was he any worse a golfer after that? No, it was his mind. His mind was not in a game. It's like I've got a program made for golfers. Golf is the easiest game to learn. It's the hardest one to master because there's so many variables on it. So the thing is once you get your mindset put together, ball to position, ball to hole, you know what? It's just so simple.
Well, this is all about mastering yourself. And you know something? I was reading something the other day, and I was listening to something, I think it was, and the person was saying, astonish yourself. Why don't we? Isn't that neat?
That is.
Why don't we we all, as people, I know a lot of times we think about it and we say, I should do this, but we don't actually do it. I really think that people should listen up and at least try and find out by a free consultation what can be done, something different in your life, something that maybe could astonish you about yourself, that you could make yourself better.
There's a program I went to years back, and it was a whole week seminar, and it was called Dare to Be Great. And I tell you what, you have to dare yourself to be greater than you are. The only person you have to be better than who you was yesterday. Everybody that is very successful has a coach. If you're not successful, who's your coach? Well, get a coach. Even Tony Robbins, and probably everybody listening knows who he is. He's probably the most well-known motivational speaker in the United States. He has a coach. Everybody has a coach. I trained under the world heavyweight karate champion for 5 years, and he had a coach, and he was coaching me. So the thing is who's your coach? Is it you? You're the one talking yourself out of it. Is it your friends? And most of the time, your friends will talk you out of doing the right thing.
Right, because they don't want you to succeed.
Well, they don't want you to succeed sometimes, but they don't want you to see hurt. They would rather see you just the way you are, or not going out and failing at something.
Well, misery loves company.
And that's it. Don't ever have a coach that is worse off than you. And that's it.
If you want to have something done right, don't go to somebody that doesn't really know. Go to someone that knows. Doc has been doing this for over 30 years, and he's certified in this. He has his own office, and these are the things that you want to think about when you're looking around for people to try and help you and be a coach for you. This is why Doc does these free 30 to 60-minute consultations. You're going to get the MP3 or the CD if you need. It's a customized program to meet your needs. I've been to his office, and I love your office, so give him a call and just leave a message. Tell him what's going on, 602-547-0446.
We have over 200 programs already put out that I custom build for you as we go down the pathway. Otherwise, I got the program already made out for you, but we customize it as we work with you.
Doc, before we had gone on a break before you were going to say something, and we got cut off for the commercial.
Oh, yeah, I was going to tell the listeners. Now, I've got a program out right now because I'm putting together a new video, and anybody that's coming in that gets onto a program is going to make anywhere from $500 to $2,000 if they get on the video.
Well, there you go, guys. This is something that you can go and get on his video and make some money from it.
And the thing is I just want you to be totally honest on it and just say how easy it was, or how hard it was, or what you wanted, and you're going to pick up anywhere from $500 to $2,000.
Well, give him a call and tell him what's going on, and he'll help you. 602-547-0446. It's hypnotic1.com.
Let's have some fun, and let's be successful, and let's be a professional at it.
Let's go back and talk about some of the other things that you can do. Self-esteem.
People won't move forward if they have a low self-esteem, and if it's in our kids or ladies or in the gents, and it's not in any one gender anymore. Everybody seems to have a little bit of low self-esteem. That's why they're procrastinating. That's why they're not doing it. That's why they're settling for what they got instead of moving on and getting more what they really want.
You should never settle. You should never be happy. You always should be maybe happy with what you've got, but you should always strive for more.
Always looking for the opportunity and the option to be better off.
Okay, what about this? OCD,
obsessive compulsive disorder. They are internalized, and you create them, and they're a habit that went awry. We get over those in a few hours to a few weeks.
We're all depressed out there, Doc. How can you help us?
Depression. Oh, you're not depressed. You're so positive. Depression is self-induced, and it can turn into internal anger, and some people say it is anger turned inwards, but the depression, you do it, and it's your mind doing it. Your mind is not being run by you, it's being run by itself.
Okay.
Parts of your mind is like a 4-year-old. You have to treat it like one too.
Addictions. There's a lot of people out there addicted to some terrible things.
Oh, there's all kinds of addictions. You can be addicted to work, you can be addicted to drugs and alcohol and smoking and lying and cutting yourself, and habits that went awry, and OCDs and everything else. This is all in your mind. fine. So let's start at where the root cause is, and let's change it.
Give him a call at 602-547-0446. Okay? How about this? How about nail biting?
Well, that's simple. Nail biting or hair pulling or hair twisting or face picking, those are all symptoms. Them are not the problems. We go back and find the problem, and the symptoms disappear.
Sleep.
Sleep is the most natural thing there. When you was a little baby, you went to sleep automatically unless there was something wrong with you. And now all of a sudden you can't sleep. You're awake. You don't wake up feeling refreshed. I just had a client say he gets great sleep, but he needs 12 to 13 hours a day. I says, I get 5 hours a day, and I wake up feeling refreshed and ready to go. He says, how do you do it? I says, I get a very deep, restful, recuperative sleep. That's why.
Now you can call and leave a message. The number is 602-547-0446. Check him out at hypnoticone.com.
You know what? If you'll give your child or your grandchild a coach for them, why won't you give yourself a coach for yourself so that you'll be the mentor for them?
Tell them what you're going to do, too, that new thing that you're doing with the video.
Oh, the video. We're going to have a promotional video. It's going to be about 2 to 3 minutes long. We're going to be giving away $500 to $2,000 for the people that's on that.
602-547-0446. Call him. He won't let you fail at 602-547-0446.
But traded it all if I gave it.
Welcome back. My next guest I absolutely love. I have had him on my show now over 5 years. I have with me Doc. He's the owner of Hypnotic One. Welcome to the show. You're wearing your purple, and you look phenomenal in that color.
Well, thanks a lot, Carol, and thank you for having me again. It's so much fun to come on your show. I don't even care how the traffic is. I have to fight it coming down here. I have to fight it going home, but I love your show because I get a lot of return from it.
Thank you.
I get a lot of great people that really need some help, and they find out how easy it is. They wonder why they've taken so long and put it off.
Well, let's talk a little bit about that. First of all, you've been doing this for over 30 years. A lot of people do put it off. There's a lot of procrastinators. We know that for a fact.
We first got to know what I do.
Let's talk about you.
I have Hypnotic One, and I'm a certified clinical hypnotherapist. I've delivered babies in the hospital, probably 30 of them in 1 week. We did hypnoanesthesia where they do operations with no anesthetic whatsoever. I've worked in Honduras, I've worked in Mexico, and I've worked over in Australia for 7 years, worked in Thailand. I've worked about all over the States. And the thing is, when I settled out here about 20 years ago, I really just fell in love with this valley. And I love this valley, and I love the people in it because, you know what? I've got a great business, and it's not just from me. It's from all my clients telling their friends and their family. Because once somebody comes to me, all their friends want to know how they got over their pains or whatever it was that they come in and see me for. And then now they come in and see me.
Well, okay, so let's talk about what people would come in to see you for, because it's not just the typical, it's not just for weight gain or for alcoholism or drug abuse. There's so much more that you can do.
Oh, if you got a fear, a phobia, a habit that's in your way, or maybe you want a habit. You know, all habits aren't bad. How about if you're procrastinating? Some of you people sitting on the couch that's been hearing me for a while, you are procrastinators because you're afraid that you're going to fail, or you're afraid you're going to do something wrong. You know, if you never do anything new, you're never going to get new results. So when they come to see me, they find out how easy it is to be successful in their area of life, whether it be in relationships, whether it be in pain, whether it be stop smoking or losing weight or getting off heroin or alcohol, or being able to control your alcohol. I've had some people come that they didn't want to get off it. They wanted to control it, and we can do that.
Now, we've got the line. They want to call you direct. We want them to call you direct because he's on the air and he wants you to leave a message. Here's the thing that Doc does. First of all, he's going to give you a free 30 to 60-minute consultation. You're going to get an MP3 play. That we're going to do that now because now everybody's changed into that. It's an MP3, or if you want the CD, he'll give you the CD, whichever one you want. These are customized programs to meet your needs. Let's talk about that.
And that's why we have a 98% success rate with all of the clients that we have, because we custom build every program for the person. Yes, we start you out with a regular CD, and yes, we start you out with a book to kind of help explain what we do and how the mind works. But the thing is I work with a person and we custom build it for them.
Now, you also say that you will not let people fail.
The only way you can fail is stay home. I don't charge per session. Once I set you on a program, you can have as many sessions you want. You can call me up 5, 10, 15 years later and say, hey, Doc, I need a tune-up. How much is it? It's free. Come back in.
So it's a lifetime guarantee.
That's right. And the thing is, in the last few weeks or the last few times I've been on, I've had a lot of older clients call me that was clients in the past, and they forgot about it. And they said, I heard you on the radio, and I knew it was your voice before I ever heard it, because they heard my CDs so much that I just wanted to tune up. There's nothing really wrong. I just want to tune up. And
Well,
I haven't come in.
We're going to have everybody call him direct. His phone number is 602-547-0446. You could check him out on his website. It's hypnotic1.com. And we have said this almost every time lately since I brought it out the first time when I read the book. If you want to walk on water, you got to get out on the boat. You've got to get yourself, just stop procrastinating, pick up that phone, call him up, tell him what's going on, and he can tell him what he can do for you.
And it's not what you want to stop doing. How about it's what you want to start doing? Take action now. Imagine the word TAN. It's an acronym for Take Action Now. Every time you've ever been successful, you had to take some kind of action. Success is not going to hunt you down and find you. You're going to have to go after it. Success is not behind you. It's not the left. It's not even in front of you. You have to climb that ladder to success, but climb it you will. And I'm going to help you all the way up there.
Call the number. It's 602-547-0446. Leave a message. He's on the air now, and he will get to you after the show.
And I work with a lot of business people, too. It's being a hypnotist is just not helping people get out of smoking and drugs and alcohol and over that. No, it's to motivate business owners, motivate people so that they automatically have a positive attitude throughout the whole day, not just every once in a while, but they start living it.
And I want to talk about when you say hypnotist, because that is what you are. Mm-hmm. You're certified in it, and you've been doing it for over 30 years. It is not the same as what people think on television. I have to say this. I'm going to tell you, I was somewhere at an event, and there was somebody doing that, what you would see on, like, television.
Yeah.
And it was so, I was watching thinking, that's ridiculous, yet with what you do, it's so completely different, and I want people to understand that. It's nothing like you would ever see on television.
It's just a shifting of the mind. Everybody goes into a state of hypnosis every day. They just don't know it. It's when maybe you're driving your car down the street and you can't remember the last 2 or 3 blocks, or when you're daydreaming. It's nothing that you're unconscious. Even when I worked in the hospital, delivered the babies, the women were wide awake. They just had no pain. They was delivering it with no anesthesia.
Amazing.
Having no pain. They dilated so much faster. And we bypass the analytical part of your mind, that 10%, the adult mind, and we bypass that and go right into the subconscious where all your habits are formed and maintained. If you've got a problem, why do you have it? It's because it's in your subconscious mind. That subconscious mind's like an electrochemical organic computer, and you've got a virus in it. So we're going to get rid of the virus. Otherwise, you can be healthier, happier, wealthier. Why aren't you making more money? Why are you feeling so bad? We start looking for solutions instead of problems.
Now, the phone number to call is 602-547-0446. Leave a message. Just tell him what's going on. He will contact you after the show. The phone number, again, is 602-547-0446. His website is hypnotic1.com.
And last night I had 2 ladies stop in, and it was getting a little later, and they said, do you have time to talk to us? And I said, sure. So they sat down, and one of them was a little older. She was about my age, in their 60s, and the other was about 40, and they was both very, very much overweight. And the thing, after I explained everything, I sat down and explained a lot more, and I showed them some videos, and they were so excited about it. I tell you what, it's just fun working with people like that, and they're looking to take off that 50 to 60 pounds within a few months.
And they'll be able to do it with you.
That's it.
Now, the other thing that I want to say is that for me, I never thought in forever that I would ever be able to get hypnotized. It was so simple. It was also the best thing that I've ever done.
A lot of times I tell people I'm going to dehypnotize you because you've been hypnotized into believing you're a smoker, or that you have to eat that ice cream before you go to bed at night, or you have to feel scared of driving or any other thing. We're going to dehypnotize you so that you can now drive the car with confidence, and you say no thank you to the ice cream and don't feel like you're giving up your pleasures of life.
There's nothing like it. And even though it's Friday and you guys are off having a good time, everybody wants to better themselves. And this is the only way you're going to know is by calling and leaving a message, finding out. It's a free consultation.
And that's it. I work with you for an hour, give you a CD or an MP3 player with the program on it when you go to leave. That way you can listen to it. And what's better than that? And then all your questions are answered, because that's why it takes me 30 minutes to 60 minutes to answer all your questions, and I'll really answer every question, even the ones you don't have.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to go to a break, and when we come back, we want to talk further about some of the different things that you can do for people. Again, give him a call. His number is 602-547-0446. If you've heard him and you have been procrastinating, please call. Don't waste your time anymore.
Yeah, 602-547-0446 gets you to be successful.
I'll tell you another thing, too, guys. If you've got someone out there that your loved one, maybe your son or a daughter, those children are crying out. A lot of people are needing help. All you have to do is give him a call, find out what's going on. He'll tell you exactly what he can do for you. Again, that number is 602-547-0446. Leave him a message. It's hypnotic1.com.
If I traded it all,
welcome back. We're talking with Doc, and he's the owner of Hypnotic One. Doc has helped a lot of people in the Valley for a long time. You've been on my show for a long time helping people. A lot of people have heard you, but a lot of people that have heard you still procrastinate. And we say it all the time. And whenever they come to you, they always say the same thing.
You know what took me so long to get in here?
Yeah.
And I says, you know what? That's a question you got to ask yourself. People are afraid, otherwise, or they're not motivated. There's two reasons people fail at anything. First, they don't know how to succeed. Second, they don't want it bad enough. When people start to come to me, they've got a reason to, and otherwise, their blood pressure's going up, or they can't sleep, or there's things going on in their life. They're getting divorced, and they can't talk to each other, and whatever. All of a sudden, when they come, they say, well, I didn't know you could do all these things. And there's almost a shopping list of things that they want to take care of.
Well, I know for a fact of some people that have been on the show with you that have said, well, they'll come in for something, let's say for their son or daughter, and then all of a sudden now the mother's coming in, and the father and the mother, and then the brother and the mother, the sister and the brother.
And then the boss comes in, his wife comes in.
Because it's amazing of what you can do for people, and you use different modalities as well.
That's it. That's why I custom build each program for the person. I'm not just a hypnotist. I'm a coach for the people. I help get them to be successful in every area of their life, not just a weight or not just alcohol, because we want to heal the whole system.
Now, you want you to call him and leave a message. He's on the air right now, and we're live here, so you can leave a message and he'll call you back. His phone number is direct 602-547-0446. You can check him out. It's hypnotic1.com. He's been doing it for over 30 years. He's got a 98% success rate. This is a free 30 to 60 minute consultation. You're going to get the MP3 or the CD, whichever one you want on that one. And it's a customized program to fit your needs. He won't let you fail. He will not let you fail.
The only way you can fail when you're working with me is don't work with me and stay home. That's the only way you can fail, because when you're coming in, you're going to get better each and every time that we work together. And yes, I do give you a little bit of homework. I'm going to give you a CD to fall asleep to. And
wow, that's really awful.
And that's a positive byproduct of all my programs is people tell me that they start sleeping much better. They wake up with a positive attitude, with an enthusiastic wanting to go and challenge the world that day.
Now, there's a lot of, I mentioned the kids earlier, there's a lot of anger out there. And this is something that if you are dealing with something like that, or issues with your children, there are so many ways that Doc can help you. Go ahead, Doc.
Well, there's a lot of kids out there that they're not reading real good, and they start pulling back. They find out that they're cutters or they have anger issues, and we get them over that. There's something that happened to them in their past, and we got to change that so that it doesn't affect their whole life.
And that's another thing. You brought something up. This is not something where you are just masking something just to
this
take.
Is not a pill
This
or powder.
really goes down deep.
Yeah, this goes to your subconscious mind, that computer that you've got on top of your shoulders that's telling you that world's against you or whatever. We reprogram that and start to show you the positive options that you do have.
And usually people find that they make their changes pretty fast, correct?
Within about a week or two.
Within a week or two. And
Yeah.
let's talk about some of the things that you can do for them. We've talked about weight and smoking and addictions and all that. Anger issues we've talked about. What about migraines and things like that?
Migraine's another pain that you don't need. It's a warning device, and we get rid of it. You can get rid of that in probably one session.
Okay, there you go. How about this? How about panic attacks?
Panic attacks, they're brought on by different things, but you are bringing it on, and if you're bringing it on, that means you're the problem, and if you're the problem, you are the solution. And we find out what caused those panic attacks, because under hypnosis, you have 100% total recall memory, and you will tell me exactly what it was that caused the panic attacks and how we can get rid of it.
How can you help somebody in their income?
In their income, why are you making what you are making? It's because that you have a ceiling, that's what you're worth, or that you're afraid to go out doing anything else. Whether you're self-employed or working for someone, is why aren't you making more money than you are now? Well, it's your mind. Years back, when I had a company, this was like 40 years ago, I doubled one of my employees' incomes and gave him an easier job and had to fire him a month later because he couldn't handle it. It was above his, I hate to say pay grade, but he didn't think he was worth it. He went to work for somebody else, and I went and saw him a month later, and he says, I knew as soon as you give me that raise, I was going to goof up, and he did.
Now, again, you can call him direct. His number is 602-547-0446. Leave a message. He's on the air, and let's start making ourselves feel better about ourselves and change the way. It's all about the way you look at it yourself.
And that's it. How do you look at yourself in the mirror? What do you think? What's your self-talk? Otherwise, stop fantasizing and start actually taking actions. And your first action is going to make you feel uncomfortable because it's new. And each and every person I have come in, I says, you know what? In the first week, I'm going to have you feel uncomfortable because I'm going to ask you to do things that you've never done. And they all kind of look at me, and I said, because if you'd done the things I'm going to ask you to do, you wouldn't be here. You'd already be successful. You know what? Every professional has a coach. And when our kids are in baseball or basketball, if he's not doing, we get him a coach, especially for that. When he's not doing good math, we get him a tutor. Why don't we work on the mind of everybody? Otherwise, if you're 20 years old or 90 years old, work on your mind so that you will want to enjoy life. You'll want to do the things. You'll want to have a great time. You wake up with a smile on your face and a positive, pleasurable thought in your mind. And people wonder what's changed in you. And it will happen that quick.
A mind shift, wouldn't that? It sounds so simple, but it's not really that simple.
And it is simple if you know how to do it. It's like anything else. If you know how to do something, it becomes simple. And once I work with you in one area of your life, it's the same formula for each and every area you have. And we might work on 3 or 4 things at the same time.
Again, that number is 602-547-0446. Call, leave a message while we're on the air here. He'll call you back, and he'll tell you what he can do.
You know, and relationships, when I work with one person, they all of a sudden find their relationship. Even though the other one is not coming in, they'll find their relationships getting easier and stronger and better because they have a better communication level.
So, for almost any area of your life, you can help them.
I don't know what area that we can't, because everything in your life is run by your thinking. We change your beliefs and your expectations of yourself, and all of a sudden you just think different. And when you think different, you react different. When you react different, you do different actions, and you get new results, which automatically shows you that the new thinking's proper.
What is the number one thing that you get asked to help with? Is it smoking and all of that?
Well, that's what they think their problem is, but them are symptoms. Actually, what most of it is depression and anger and procrastination. And the thing is self-worth. I get a lot of people, their self-worth is down. I'll ask them in a nonchalant way, do you love yourself? And about 90% of the people say no. Or they'll have to look around, they'll have to think about it instead of going, yes, I do. And that's where we have to start, because if you don't love yourself, that's why you're procrastinating. That's why you're not doing what you want to do, really, and what you could be doing.
I'll tell you something. It's something that I think everybody should at least find out what it is that you do. Because, Doc, you've been doing it a long time. You've helped a lot of people.
I know. And I used to work in Australia, and I'd put anywhere from 100 to 300 people in a room and do seminars with them and help them get off the smoking and the alcohol, help them to start being more positive. And I'm looking about doing that again here.
I'll tell you, though, that I want people to understand it's not the same thing that you would think about when you see these hypnotists on television. He's totally different than that. He's certified in this. He has his own office. I've been there. I love your office. He's got tons of, well, we've got the CDs. We've gotten rid of those. But now we're doing the MP3s for everybody. But if you need the CD, he can do that, too.
We got over 200 already programs put together. I don't care if it's hair pulling, eyebrow pulling, if it's picking, if it's cutting, if it's cancer. Oh, that's a good one. I'm glad I brought that up. Cancer. You know what? Instead of just turning it all over to a doctor or some stranger, how about taking control of yourself and start getting more oxygen in your system? Start taking exercising. I've been telling people to exercise when they had cancer for the last 35, 40 years, and now the medical industry is starting to say that, because we know you have to have more oxygen in your system.
You have had doctors from the Mayo Clinic.
Yep.
They're reaching out to me saying, I need to talk to Doc, because they're actually reaching out to people like you because they have come to their wits' end.
I've had a lot of doctors come in and train with me. I've had a lot of chiropractors, and one of the chiropractors said to me, he says, I stole some of your lines and I use it in my office. I says, I would be surprised and very disappointed if you didn't, because now they take and put them into a trance, a very light waking state hypnosis trance, and it's so much easier to adjust.
Well, before we go to a break, I want to get out this information. He's been doing this for over 30 years. He has a 98% success rate. He's going to give you a free 30 to 60 minute consultation. It comes along with an MP3 or a CD, whichever one you need. This is a customized program to fit your needs. He won't let you fail. It's a lifetime guarantee. Just call and leave a message on his phone. He's on the air right now with me, so he's busy. So give him a call at 602-547-0446. It's Hypnotic, the number one.com.